Austin is the first destination of a low-fare Mexican airline trying to make its entry into the U.S. vivaAerobus begins service to Monterey and Cancun starting in May. But as Fox 7's Mike Rosen reports, the trade-off for low fares is a low-frills ride.
Celebration of another U.S. import, Mexico's low-cost airline vivaAerobus choosing Austin as its first U.S. destination starting May 1st.
Now, get booking.
Flights to Cancun and Monterey giving frequent Mexico travelers like Teresa Aldrete a cheaper and faster alternative.
We need to go to San Antonio and leave the car and take the flight, and I arrived in Monterey at the same time if I take my car and drive to Monterey.
The strategy is to undercut major carriers like Aeromexico with fares starting at $10, a one-way ticket to Monterey that ends up costing $55 with taxes and fees. $142 round trip. Compare that to $500 plus on major carriers. But the one-way $55 ticket is only $3 more than this 7-hour bus ride to Monterey. The single greatest savings is being housed in this freestanding building on the other side of the airport, an old Army Air Force hangar that's now under renovation. It will cost the airline about half of what it would for the major carriers to be housed inside the main terminal. Behind fuel, it is an airline's second greatest expense.
We're not going to build you a Taj Mahal, I'm afraid.
This is a rendering of what opens in 2 months. No jet bridges, standard baggage restrictions, food and drink cost extra, no fees to travel agents to pass on, and 25-minute turnarounds for its 737 fleet.
All of this is about stripping out the unnecessary costs. It's about enabling the consumers to save their money so they can spend it where they want.
The objective is to tap into a mostly lower income market that up until now has been priced out of Mexican air travel that can cost several $100s for regular round-trip service. Mike Rosen, Fox 7 News Edge.
A low-fare Mexican airline chooses Austin as its first U.S. destination. vivaAerobus begins service to Cancun and Monterey starting May 1st. One-way fares are advertised as low as $10, but with taxes and fees it comes out to about $55. Round trips start as low as $140. Now, to cut costs, vivaAerobus will operate out of an old freestanding warehouse on the opposite side of the airport from the terminal. No jet bridges, and food and drinks are extra.
We're not going to build you a Taj Mahal, I'm afraid.
All of this is about stripping out the unnecessary costs. It's about enabling the consumers to save their money so they can spend it where they want.
Now, vivaAerobus has been operating domestically in Mexico for 14 months now. It's modeled after Ryanair, which is Europe's biggest low-cost carrier.
We're here to announce the exciting new launch of international air service to Austin.
Well, a Mexican-style celebration today in Austin. A new airline, vivaAerobus, announced daily non-stop flights from Austin Bergstrom to Cancun and Monterey. There is connecting service to other Mexican cities. And the best part, travelers will be able to fly to Mexico for as little as $9.99 one way, plus taxes and fees. Austin is the first city in the country to be served by this ultra-low-cost carrier.
We're very happy to be in this city, and I think this is going to be a great success for Austin. It's going to launch international service on a much larger scale than we have today, and it's really going to open up great opportunities for us as a business community and also as a community to live.
vivaAerobus begins Boeing 737 service to Austin from the airport's soon-to-open no-frills South Terminal on May 1st.
A new airline is offering dirt-cheap flights to Mexico. We'll show you how to book a $9.99 flight.
Here's a good one. Want to fly to Mexico for a base fare of $9.99? That's what an airline coming to town is promising.
Pretty amazing. CBS 42's Seema Mather joins us now with the details. It does kind of seem too good to be true.
It seems too good to be true, but the airline CEO told me that this is not a promotional fare, but he couldn't say how many seats would be available at that $9.99 price. vivaAerobus unveiled its plans today at a Mexican restaurant in Austin. Flights are scheduled to start May 1st. They will have one daily direct flight out of Austin to Monterey, one from Austin to Cancun as well daily, also one daily direct return. And Austin is the first city in America for the airline to fly directly to. The airline worked with a lease agreement with GE Commercial Aviation Services. It will build and operate the new terminal for the airline at ABIA. It will be a no-frills terminal and no-frills airline. That's how the airline plans to keep costs down. People began booking flights today, and after normal service fees and taxes, a $9.99 one-way fare will cost between $55 and $65.
I travel frequently to Monterrey, and I drive to Monterrey. It's 2 or 3 times in a month, and I need this flight.
And again, when I asked the airline CEO how many seats out of their 148 on their Boeing airline would be available for $9.99, he didn't have an answer to that, but he did say customers who book about 5 weeks in advance have the best chance. So now with this airline, we will soon have 2 airlines out of ABIA that fly directly to Mexico.
Exciting stuff.
Starting to earn the name of an international airport.
That's right. Finally. Thank you.
$9.99 por vuelo hasta Cancún. Pues nos vemos en la playa. Le explico al volver. La compañía aérea mexicana Aerobus promete tarifas de $9.99 por vuelo de ida o vuelta a o desde Cancún. Sin embargo, si quiere ir para las vacaciones de primavera, no lo podrá hacer porque ellos empiezan sus vuelos desde Austin en mayo próximo. Sin embargo, también si usted le añade los impuestos de ida o vuelta, estamos hablando entre $55 y $74 más. Y ya la tarifa estaría en los $139 por viaje. Usted, amigo, juzgue el precio competitivo.
And quite a celebration today for the new ultra-low-cost airline that promises to airfares from Austin to Mexico for less than the price of a cab ride. We'll take a look at the hidden costs.
Well, there is good news for any one of you interested in flying from Austin to Mexico.
Ooh, this is hard to believe, isn't it? vivaAerobus is about to launch its inexpensive daily direct flights to Cancun and Monterrey. Tonight's KV's Olga Campos explains what passengers have to sacrifice in order to take advantage of savings. This is all new at 6.
Mariachi music greets the long-awaited arrival of vivaAerobus Airlines to Austin. Originally scheduled to take off March 1st, the daily flights to Monterrey and Cancun, Mexico will now begin May 1st.
Now,
after officials unveiled a website, a University of Texas student became the first to book a flight to Cancun. As part of this flying fiesta, prices start at $9.99 one way. That's less than Katie Naranjo's daily trip to Starbucks.
No, I didn't believe that it was going to be as cheap as it was, but in fact, I even asked the people, I was like, are you sure?
The asterisk next to the price doesn't reveal taxes and fees, which bring the cost closer to $140. But for businessman Juan Aguirre, who regularly flies to and from Monterrey, it's still a savings.
If I traveled between Austin, Houston, and then to Monterrey, I would expect to spend probably $400, $380 maybe, if I'm lucky.
To cut costs, there are no frills for passengers, no assigned seats, direct destinations only, no connecting flights, direct sales only, no travel agents, non-refundable tickets, no onboard music or movie service, and no free food or drinks.
why should you be paying for food in your ticket price if you don't want to have it?
Don't expect frills while boarding either, since an old National Guard building will be the temporary terminal until a new facility is built. The city is leasing space to GE Commercial Aviation Services, which will operate the airlines, making Austin the first U.S. city to be served by vivaAerobus. Olga Campos, KVUE News.